What are we listening to, Maestro?
Yeah, that's the Farandole from the Arlésienne suite of Georges Bizet, which we played as an encore in both Pyongyang and Seoul. Any
meaning to that piece?
Well, it's just a fun piece to hear, and well, a kind of piece that no one can remain indifferent to. It has an accumulating energy that at the end of the piece is, it's a knockout blow for both the musicians and those who are
in
listening.
The audience. And that was from the actual performance Tuesday, as aired here on WNYC on Tuesday night. And we continue with New York Philharmonic conductor Lorin Maazel, just back from North Korea, and also with us now, John Schaefer, the host of Soundcheck on WNYC, who was one of the, maybe I have my numbers wrong, I thought about 80 Western media people, the maestro said 150, tagging along with the orchestra in North Korea this week. In any case,
it seemed more like 150, but there were a number of South Korean journalists there as well. So I guess whether you include that among the Western or not might be a source of the
more
discrepancy.
Media than musicians in any case. What size orchestra did you have?
It was 105 people there.
Right.
The full orchestra.
Full orchestra, 105 people. John, from your perspective in the audience, you reported here movingly Tuesday morning about the audience reaction and the tears and all. Have any more thoughts 3 days later about the scene and why it was so emotional?
I think from the orchestra's point of view, it was just so unexpected. Also, I would imagine that after touring through China for what was about 2.5 weeks that you'd been there before going to Pyongyang, the members of the ensemble were kind of maybe a little tired, a little on, at that kind of, when you're in that state where your body clock has been jostled quite a bit, you might just be a little more open to kind of the emotion of the moment. And I think I rushed backstage after the final of the encores just to get reaction from some of the musicians, and they were still wiping tears from their faces. It was unexpected. There had been this unnatural amount of media attention and this burden of history kind of put upon these 105 people, these musicians. And to have this kind of personal, emotional connection, I think it kind of lifted that burden a bit. There was a feeling of relief and of a job done, not just a concert well played, but a connection made to a group of people. That was the impression I got.
Anything more on that, Maestro? Not from the point of view of seeing the audience react so emotionally, which I asked you about before, but seeing members of the orchestra in tears. Had you ever seen that before?
Never. And the same thing happened when we played the now famous Korean folk song Arirang in Seoul the next day. I mean, the fact that this folk melody unites both Koreas was struck home in a very dramatic way to the members of the Philharmonic, and I saw tears again.
And we're going to play a little bit of that piece right now, and maybe you can talk about it as it runs, as a piece of music. Arirang.
A ravishing tune, and one that has been in the hearts of Koreans for years and years. It's about separation. It's very nostalgic, and the words go, if you leave me, your feet will be caught in the mountain passes.